he was born in the United States. His parents were born in Italy, and my grandfather, his father, started to he was a hustler along those, still a hardworking man, nothing illegal, but he was like a fruit peddler hustler. Back in the day, he would walk and with the fruits and vegetables. Then it got to where he had a car, and he would put the fruits and vegetables on his car, load it up. I got pictures. I should have sent them to you. It's funny. And then he got to the point where he would sell to restaurants, certain truckloads of, say, watermelons or onions or other kinds of fruits and vegetables. So my father picked up the trade kind of in that business from his father.
Okay, so I find that interesting just because I'm Italian. My parents were born in Italy, so I feel like, there's that sense of being like extra hardworking and like following in your family's footsteps and like all of that. So I'm curious to know, like, how did your family, your parents feel when you decided, hey, you know what, I'm not going to head in this direction. I want to lead more into like the streets. How did they feel about that? Were they like, sort of, you can do whatever you want, or were they upset? I'm just curious.
Yeah, so my family, my father never wanted me to be part of organized crime. He always said, don't, he respected them, but he didn't respect them in the way that he would want me to be part of them. He thought that, they were um, not, he treated them respectful, but not as good as people as what they were portrayed or portrayed themselves to be. Even though he would never say that to them, he would never want me to be part of that. At the end of the day, it comes down to money. How you make your money, it doesn't matter if you're selling ice cream. If you're making 100,000 a week, at the end, it's a lot of money. And so when I hit the streets, I think they respected the fact that, I bought my first house in 19, as a young man. I was taking care of my wife and children as a young man. So I think they respected that I'm not living at home letting, like letting my parents support me. I'm out supporting a family, and I'm making my own money, paying my own bills, and not asking for my family for anything. My father did help me when I got out of prison in '93. Gave me $100,000, and I used that money to. We had a lot of money out on the streets in a loan sharking business. I used that money to isolate myself and consolidate a large portion of that loan sharking business. And over a couple of years, I paid back my father. And within those couple of years, I became a millionaire. So I think, and he's the only one I told my business to. When I became a millionaire, he's the only one in this world that I ever said, I'm a millionaire now.